Hey guys, it's a pregame show. Josh Lloyd here, ready to go through these games on Wednesday. There are 8 games on. The Wizards don't have any centers. Porzingis is out. Gafford is out. Vernon Carey is also out. It's going to be a lot of Taj Gibson, maybe Isaiah Todd. I don't know. A lot of weird stuff going on. Welcome, everybody. We'll go through all of the injury statuses for today soon. We'll go through the lineups that we know. At this point, we actually don't know any of them. Hopefully, we get them soon. Welcome. Hope you guys are all well. Did a waiver wire show earlier today, so make sure you check that out. Ooh, Kyle Anderson just got ruled out. That's an L. With an illness. At least it's on his back. That's a positive. How is everybody? We all good in here? All right, let's go. Let's flick across straight off here and start with a bit of dribble game. Warm us up for the day. Devin Booker to Brandon Ingram. Why does that feel like it should be easy? Booker to Ingram. Well, Garrett Temple feels like it's right, but I don't think it's not, is it? It's not. Torrey Craig? No. Biyombo? No, I don't think so. Chris Paul? No. Bridges? No. Crowder? No. Crowder? I don't think so. Devin Booker played with some real stinkers. And did any of those move across to the Pelicans or play with him on the Lakers? Lonzo? No. Josh Hart? No. Kuzma? No. Who is this one? Chris Paul? No. Campaign? No. Those Suns teams are so annoying because they're so bad. Alex Len. All right, I'm going to the chat. Who have we got, chat? Jared Dudley? Šarić? When did Šarić play with him? I don't think he did. Caruso never played with Booker. Chris Paul did play for the Pelicans. Or no, it wasn't the Pelicans. It was when they were the Hornets. Jared Dudley. That is maybe. No, it's not. So Booker played with Dudley. Who did Dudley play with that played with Ingram? LeBron? LeBron? Yeah, there you go. All right. We got there. JaVale McGee was the common thread there. Wow. Forgot about that one. Let's go across to the lineup page. We do have one that's been confirmed now. The Bulls are starting Dosunmu, and they're starting Caruso in place of DeRozan. Dosunmu, Caruso, Levine, Williams, Vooch. Kispert was unlikely to play, but he's questionable, but he's playing. So they'll probably be Morris, Kispert, Avdia, Kuzma, Gibson. Anthony Edwards is playing, but Kyle Anderson is out. Bojan returns, but Stewart and Duran are still out, so probably Nerlens Noel is going to get another start. RJ Barrett's back, and he will start. Emmanuel quickly will come off the bench. What other injury news do we know? Isaiah Todd active, so he might play. Let's see. DeRozan's out. Dan Gafford is out. Porzingis is out. Beal is out. Bojan Bogdanovic is back. Jalen Duran is out. Isaiah Stewart is out, but Isaiah Livers is in. Kyle Anderson is out. Anthony Edwards is in. Aaron Nesmith is out. No word on who replaces him. Do they go back to Jalen Smith? Rob Williams and Marcus Smart are out, so they should both play tomorrow while Horford sits. Ingram's out. Herb Jones is out. Capella is out. Trae Young is out. Chris Middleton is out. Brandon Clark is out, but Ja Morant is back. Keldon Johnson is still questionable, as is Keita Bates-Diop, who was the guy that was replacing Keldon in the starting lineup. Bones Highland and Bruce Brown are probable. Ayton is out. Chris Paul is out, and Shamet is out. So the same stuff as yesterday for the Suns. So we're looking at Washington, Craig, Lee, Biyombo, Landale. And then the other one we don't know yet is Kevin Huerter Fanderpants. He is questionable with an illness. We did just get a bunch of lineups come through. The Pistons are starting Hayes, Ivy, Bay, Bogdanovic, Noel. The Wolves are starting Russell, Rivers, Edwards, McDaniels, Gobert. So Rivers is replacing Kyle Anderson. It is an opportunity for Naz Reid to get more playing time with Anderson out, and a little bit more for Taurean Prince as well. We don't have the Pacers lineup yet. No, we don't have the Pacers lineup yet. Because that's going to be an interesting one with no Neesmith. How is everyone? When do I think Cam Johnson will return? I would have hoped it would have been this week, but I don't know. Maybe next week. Confident when Ingram's going to return? No idea. They're not telling us anything. Which is frustrating. Well, Bledsoe, I think, would have worked, Cameron. You're right for that dribble game. I think that would have worked. Do you play Pirtle? I don't feel comfortable because I'm predicting a blowout. I think with a player like that, you just have to play them. Like, I think you have to go with Jakob Pirtle there. And, like, trying to guess blowouts and minutes ups and downs, I think it's way too much thought process for what might not even be any sort of edge at all. I just don't think it's worth it. Do I think Oubre is worth holding an IR? Not really. I don't. In a points league, probably. In a category league, no. What do I make of the Middleton news? Well, the Middleton news was that Budenholzer said he went through a full practice with the G League team on Tuesday, including significant 5-on-5 work. I think there's a chance that he's back tomorrow. If he is back tomorrow, it would be on pretty limited minutes, I'd guess. When Middleton comes back, who should you drop? Well, no one at this point. You'd keep Middleton and IR because you'd be on a minutes limit when he returns. And out of your options there, Horford, Gafford, Lowry, Conley, none of those are absolute must roster players. They're not droppable guys necessarily. I would like to wait. I would like to wait and see what happens with Middleton, and I would keep him in IR for a game or two. And then out of those guys, it's going to depend on how your team looks. Obviously, you've got 2 centers and 2 guards. To me, Gafford is probably the highest upside there. Keldon Johnson warming up with intention to play, by the way. So maybe Horford or Lowry, but you don't have to make that decision yet. Trey Murphy is a streamer, yes. Who are the elite streamers today? Let's go through it and have a look. Who are we looking at for stream value at the moment? Guys that are widely available. I think Torrey Craig's got value there. Dario Saric, Quentin Grimes, Avdia, who's moved into the starting lineup. Najee Marshall, Pat Williams, Dwayne Washington. There's quite a few today. Nerlens Noel, Larry Nance, Malik Monk. How do I feel about leagues that split boards, offensive boards and defensive boards? Your idea. It's not about that. It's been done plenty of times in the past. I think they're fine. You have to be really cautious that, not that, look, obviously, when we look at leagues, people often complain about balance a lot. In the end, value is what it is, right? But yeah, I think you want to be really cautious that you're not making real fringe players become significant fantasy assets. But I don't mind that as a category. I'm going to have to drop Time Lord in 10-team points leagues. Well, no, you don't. Definitely don't have to drop Time Lord in 10-team points leagues, and I wouldn't if I was you. Is Reed a good streamer for today? Yeah, I think he could be. Yeah, I think he should. You think he should be, actually. Can I find out when PrizePicks is coming to Ontario? But didn't Ontario do something weird with recent sports betting laws that makes it pretty hard to think that they'll be there? I thought something changed recently. I don't have any contact at PrizePicks. It's all run through our sales department, so I don't know if there's anyone there. Will I be doing the Locked On Trade Deadline show this year? I'll be doing a Locked On Trade Deadline show, but I don't think I'll be doing the main one. I think I'll probably just do my own Locked On Fantasy Basketball one. Will Cam Johnson be a starter? Almost definitely. Worth rostering? I would imagine so, yes. What is the note for Thomas Bryant and Basketball Monster? Well, if you're on Basketball Monster, you can go read it. But basically it says that Darvin Ham said he'd consider playing more of Davis and Bryant together when Davis returns. Who's Barrett's return going to hurt more, Quickly or Grimes? Quickly, obviously. Grimes is going to still play 34, 35 minutes, and Quickly could very easily play 22. He might not, but we've got a pattern of this. We saw it for weeks and weeks and weeks. We Quickly played 23 off the bench, and Grimes played 34 as a starter. I've already talked about Washington injury. Should we be worried about a long-term KP absence? No, you should not be worried about a long-term absence here. Nothing suggests that it's a long-term absence. It's just a weird one-game thing where I think Gafford has more of a risk of being out longer than Porzingis. I think we can stream Taj Gibson today, stream Denny Avdia, a little bit of Rui Hachimura, but I don't think that those two big men out today is a long-term concern. Is Olynyk droppable in a points league? Yes. Anything specific about Drew's illness that has been an issue since December? No, it's not an issue anymore at all. I know he missed a couple of games, but he got sick. Like, I don't think there's anything that's, we majorly need to be considering here. He missed a couple of games, like 28th of December. He missed 3 games, then came back, played 19 minutes, and then sat the back-to-back. And that's it. It's not any big issue. No, Lou Doherty's absolutely not must roster. Welcome to the show for the first time. Absolutely not must roster in a 12-team league. It's hard to believe anyone on waiver wire can put up Callio numbers. Yeah, Tim, but in a points league, he doesn't put up that many. Like, he's like a fringe sort of player, and streaming that spot gets you more value, especially when someone's injured. I believe Quickly is safer from the bench than Grimes with RJ back, but that wasn't the case. When we had the early season, all of those weeks, that just wasn't the case. Quickly was nowhere near safer than Grimes. Grimes was clearly the better option for basically every game they played. Is Hachimura a good stream today? Yeah, he's still not going to be able to put up big numbers outside of scoring, but that is going to get a boost for sure. Is Ingles a stream today? Yes. Yes, he is. And then he'll probably sit tomorrow. Alec Burke's a good stream today. He's an okay stream today. But Bogdanovic back probably has some sort of an impact on him, but he's always at least a solid stream. Is Derek White a hold rest of season? I don't think he'll be a rest of season hold, because I just think once everyone gets rolling, he is going to move to the bench. Rob Williams will start. He'll move to the bench and he'll play 23 minutes a night, and that's not going to be conducive to 12-team value. Do I think Hayes will hit a slump after the Sixers blowout? I don't think that has really anything like to I don't think you can... What am I trying to say? I don't think the fact they got blown out against the Sixers means that will trigger a slump. Nothing. There's no way of predicting that, and I don't think there's any correlation to suggest that would be the case. Is it worth holding Duran through injury? Yes. Any update on Ingram's toe? He's been day-to-day for 2 months. There's no update at all. Last time he played was November 27th, so it's not quite 2 months, but it's not far off. Do I drop Tyus Jones to stream Sharage today? I don't know. Look at that. I think Jones obviously has more longer-term upside in case of a Morant injury, but if you're talking about short-term value, Jones has none. Like, it's so limited, and Sharage is clearly the better option today. Do you need production today? Then Sharage is going to be the guy for you today. Do I drop Herb Jones to stream a Spurs player this week in a 16? I wouldn't drop him in a 16-team league, no. Is Caruso a stream today? Probably, yes. Garlic fries or cheese fries? I don't think I've really ever had garlic fries, so it's got to be cheese fries. Is Kenrich Williams bordering on a safer stream in OKC rotation with back-to-back coming up? Yeah, I talked about this today. Like, he's playing like 24 minutes a night every night, and he's been like a top 100 guy over the last week. So, yeah, like, he's close to a safe stream with their 3 games in 4 nights coming up. Is Austin Rivers worth streaming the rest of the week? No, he's a terrible fantasy player. What about Connaughton? Connaughton's maybe a stream, but like, last game was good from him, but he hasn't consistently been good at all. He hasn't really been anywhere near the top 100. And as soon as Middleton comes back, his value's gone. Do I hear Anthony Edwards' comments about Şengün? I did not. Nope, didn't say that at all. Taj or Damian Lee today? Probably Lee. I don't feel good about that, though. Is Noel or Burks the stream today for the Pistons? Well, that depends on a number of factors. Like, are you in a category league or a points league? Because in a category league, Noel is going to get you some really good defensive stats, whereas Burks is going to get you scoring, and that's it, and threes. In a points league, that probably leans towards Burks. In a category league, it probably leans towards Noel. Jeremy says, can you plan to do more Dynasty videos? It's just so tough to do it in season with all of the stuff that I do. I do a lot more Dynasty stuff in the off season, but it is hard. I find it hard. Like, I try to sprinkle in Dynasty observations as much as I can, but it is hard, I find, to do that stuff during the season. So I'd say probably not. When can we expect 30 minutes a night for Robin? I've got no idea. I'll say maybe around start of February, All-Star break is my guess. Maybe it's after All-Star break, just after he gets to 30 minutes. Is Beef Stew, terrible nickname, a 10-team must-roster player? Absolutely not. Do I like Conley more than Lowry? I think they're relatively comparable. But Lowry is taking some steps back. He's injured at the moment. His usage has dropped way off. But it's very much borderline. No, do not drop Melton. Nembhard or Hayes rest of season? Very easily Hayes to me. Is it wrong to not tell your opponents to set their lineups? No, it's not your responsibility to tell them. I mean, you can, but you don't have to. Is Naz Reid's time over? Yes, but. It's like, yes, but it's probably back today because Anderson's out. But otherwise, yes. Do I think Kyle Anderson is still showing out today? What do you mean? Well, he's not playing today. So, no, he's out. He's not playing. So, is he showing out because he's out? Then sure. Is Avdia an elite streamer today? I wouldn't say he's an elite streamer, but he is a good streamer, yeah. Punt free throws and turnovers, Giannis or Shea? Well, it's very easily Giannis. Like, punt free throws. Free throws is like Shea's best category. So if you're punting free throws, his value is just not there. So it's got to be Giannis. Grant Williams or Naz Reid today? I take Reid. He's more of a stat accumulator than Grant. Is there a rule of thumb you use when evaluating 2-for-1 trades in points leagues? It's a pretty easy rule of thumb you can use there. Like, look at the players available on your waiver wire. All right. So if you're the one side of that, look at the average points, whatever time frame you want to use. Look at the guys on the waiver wire. Say the guy on the waiver wire averages 20 points, but you can stream that in 5 times a week. So you say that's like a 25, 26 point player. You add that to the one player and then compare that to the other two. And then work out which one comes out on top. Better streamer today, ESPN points leagues, Pat Williams or DeAndre Hunter. I don't have their ESPN points values in front of me. I'd say I feel more comfortable with Hunter. Williams is just too hit or miss with usage. Do I expect a good Kuzma game today? I expect a big minutes, big usage game from Kuzma today, but sometimes he can have these horrendous efficiency games, which really ruins things. So the opportunities are going to be there for him, but how he shoots, I've got no idea. What's my outlook on D'Angelo Russell next few years? Step forward or become a role player? I think definitely role player. I think he's probably on the way out of being a starter, to be honest. If poor injury reporting makes you sad or mad, what makes you happy or excited? Poor injury reporting makes me sad or mad in the context of my work and in doing a show. In my everyday life, it has no impact on me whatsoever. Like, I don't actually care. What makes me happy or excited? I like good food. That's good. That makes me excited. I don't know. When you get old and you're very tired, it's harder to get as excited about things as you need to. No IR spot drop. Kyle Anderson for Patrick Williams. Anderson's only got an illness, so it's not a long-term thing. I think I'd probably hold Anderson, but it's like a 50-50 call. What are you going to do with Giannis at this point in category? It's like nothing. You can't really do anything with him. You just got to hope that he's able to get his field goal percentage back, and I don't know why he can't. You can't trade Giannis away and get first-round value back at the moment. No one will give you that. And it's very hard to trade someone away who's dropping their value like Giannis is. And you just got to hope that the last 4 years are more realistic versus the last 20 games. Who is the lowest variance player this season? I don't know. That's a good question. There probably is a way to work that out, but I don't have that data in front of me. Who's a bad player but great fantasy player? Andre Drummond? Always puts up numbers when he plays. Nerlens Noel worth a stream today for steals and blocks? Yes. Have I ever tried authentic or good Pakistani food? No. I don't think I've ever had Pakistani food. There's not many, if any, Pakistani restaurants here that I know of. I don't think I've ever had it. In a redraft, do I take Zion or Jar first? Zion. Do I wake up with a stiff back every day? No, I wake up with stiff ankles and stiff feet every day. Fetty, yes, it looks like Keldon is going to return today. Is John Collins and Fultz for Bam a good trade? Well, if you're getting Bam, it is. How is PJ Tucker so relevant in the Philly rotation despite being irrelevant in fantasy? This is a good question here. PJ Tucker's relevant in their rotation, but there's some people who think that his complete lack of shooting and scoring is actually going to be a negative. And they probably need to look at changing their rotation or maybe reducing his playing time when they get to the playoffs. He's good because he's a good defender. He's a good on-ball defender. He's not a defensive playmaker. And he's a good sort of spacer in theory, but he's not even shooting these shots anymore. So while we might think he's a relevant piece, I wouldn't be surprised to see if his production drops or his minutes drop, not production, in the playoffs. Is Jaden McDaniels a good stream tonight? Yes, he is. Are you a fan of Indian food? Yes, I am. How many minutes per game do I think Rubio gets rest of season? I'd say it's like 20, maybe 19. Who's the best Aussie player of all time? Lauren Jackson. How old am I? How old do you think I am, Marcus? I say I'm young. How old do you think I am? And then I'll answer. Noel or Naz? I'll just take Noel. Better steals and blocks upside, and he's starting. Is there a team where Jonas actually fits? Good post offense, bad defense, hard to... Yeah, it is. It's like the NS Cantor conundrum. Now, he's a better player than Cantor, obviously, and a better defender than Cantor. But yeah, where does he actually fit? It's probably the likelihood he's going to be a guy that can play on a bad team and be useful. Could the Raptors make it work with him? Probably. You need a bunch of good perimeter defenders around him. Someone like the Thunder, but I don't know, their perimeter defense isn't that good. How do I feel about Melton? Hold him at the moment. Someone guessed it correctly up here. Kevin, I am 40. Well, I'm not quite 43. I'm about to turn 43 soon. Is RJ playing today? Yes, he is back. And no minutes restriction. What other news? Oh, O'Shea Brissett's also out today. He was a chance to start with Neesmith out, but he's not. I'm exactly 42, Luke, and about to turn 43. Isaiah Jackson to pick up today. If Brissett and Neesmith out, they don't really ever play Jackson at all at power forward, but what they might do is they play Jalen Smith at the 4, meaning Jackson plays 16, 17 minutes behind Miles Turner. So if that appeals to you, 17 minutes of Jackson, then sure, but I don't think he's going to be playing 30 minutes a night or anything like that. What players make me mad? The world. Dylan Brooks. Best birthday I ever had. One where no one would acknowledge it. Can't stand birthdays. Hate them. Has anyone ever told you look like Marc Gasol? All the time. All the time. Is Claxton a sell high? Like, theoretically, if someone wants to give you a top 30 player, then yes. But no one will. So just keep riding with him. Like, I wouldn't give him up for a top 60 guy at the moment, to be honest. The blocks are so valuable. He's rebounding well, scoring okay. There's good efficiency. No one's giving you anything higher than that, so you hold him. I'd say it's pretty high, Aaron. What's the best NBA game you've ever watched? 2016 Curry Warriors against the Thunder. The half-court shot game winner. That was unbelievable. Most memorable, most memorable regular season game ever. What do you actually go over-under in on disc golf? I don't know, Gil. It's a good question. I guess it's like the amount of throws to get to the pin. I guess it's the same sort of stats that they use in golf fantasy. Total score, greens in regulation, that sort of stuff, I guess. Do I think Nuggets are favourite to win the title? No, I think Boston should be favourite. I think Brooklyn should be up there, but the Durant injury hurts. Denver looks good, though. They should be in the top 5 at least. I won't tell us your birthday. There's no need to tell you my birthday. Taj or Nerlens Noel, both minimum salary. Ooh, that's a good one. They're both great options for DFS today. I think it's still probably Noel, but I'm not super confident about that. I said in a previous video that I'm a licensed pharmacist. I own a drugstore right now. No, I am not a registered pharmacist anymore. I was for a long time, but I'm not anymore. I'm still obviously have the qualifications, but I'm not registered anymore. I just let that go. Do I play 2 Princes for Randall because he spins a lot? Absolutely. If I played basketball, what position would I play? Center, because I'm not adept at dribbling and I'm taller than most average people. Wagner or Rozier rest of season? Good question, Julian. I think Terry Rozier's got a higher upside than Franz Wagner rest of season, so I'll go with him. But I don't feel confident about that. But I think he's got a higher upside. Do I do recap videos on the weekend? I do not do recap videos after Friday's games or Saturday's games. Dyson Daniels or Aaron Holiday today. Similar salary. Probably Dyson. I don't feel good about that either, though. Jesus. I traded Şengün for Ivy. I hope you mean the other way around, that you traded Ivy so you could get Şengün, which, reading the rest of your question, suggests that you did, which is an excellent trade. Excellent. All right, I think we are going to be out of here now. What's the time? Yeah, we're looking like we're going to be out here. So we'll do one more question. Do I like Claxton as a dynasty piece? Yeah, I do. I think he's got a little bit more on-ball juice. I don't think he's going to get a chance to show it on this team, but say Kyrie leaves and who knows what happens with Durant. I think he's got a little bit more, and he's got, not great, but I think he's got some passing ability. I think he's a guy that can get a little bit better. Maybe. I don't think he's ever going to shoot, but I think he can get a little bit better. Last one, game of the day predictions. Good question. Jesus Christ. It doesn't look great. Far out. Pacers Knicks. Pacers Knicks. Let's go with that. And with that, that'll be it for us, guys. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, ring the notification bell. All that stuff is super, super useful. Go and do that right now, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for being a part of the live show, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.